Hi Floss Tube, I'm Sam and this is what I did next. Well, it's been another 2 weeks since my last Floss Tube and I've really enjoyed myself these past 2 weeks. I've been very busy. I've got a few finishes, which I'll show you in a bit. First up, I apologise for the lighting in the last one. I had the curtains open and I didn't realise that the clouds would cause so much issue. Hang on a minute, sweetheart, you're alright. I've got Xander with me today again. He's just had his third lot of injections today, so he might be a little bit grizzly. If he does, I'll just stop and then I'll start again. So that's one other thing. I had my husband review my last one and he told me that I say so a lot. I can't stop saying so. It will just be a bit unnatural if I do. First up, I'm going to show you what I've worked on. I've spent a bit of time working on my tribal gingerbread man. I showed you that in my first video. This is what he'll look like when he's done. Very nice. And this is where I'm at. Since I last showed you him, I've completed this leg. So I'm now working on this leg. And I hope to have him finished before too long. Yeah. I'm enjoying doing him. Secondly, I've got a new start. It's a secret start. If you're my husband and you're watching, switch off now, fast forward it, anything like that. My husband's birthday this month, July, and thought I'd do something little for him. So when I was on Clouds Factory getting my Blues Brothers pattern, I also saw the solar system. Loved it, so cute. So that's what I'm doing for him. I'm doing the Clouds Factory solar system. I'm using almost the recommended colours. There was like 2 colours that I was short of, so I've substituted them with my own. And I'm doing it on Crafty Kitten 14 count Ada in Moondust, and I think it looks quite nice. I've got another new start to show you. I didn't intend on having yet another new start. However, on Friday I went to see Michael Ball and Alfie Ball, which, if you know anything about musical theatre, they're 2 of the biggest stars in musical theatre. I went to see them at Greenwich at the big open air concert that they were doing. It was just supposed to be myself and my husband, and at 3 o'clock in the afternoon I got a message from my babysitter saying I can't do it. It was less than an hour and a half before we had to set off because the gates opened at 6 and it takes best part of an hour and a half to get to Greenwich from where I live because we use public transport. If we were, it's only just down the road from where we are, but on public transport it takes a little bit longer, and there's no way that you're ever going to drive into the centre of London if you don't need to. Alright, sweetheart. So I was in a bit of a pickle. Had 2 children, 2 tickets, 4 people, not going to happen. Very good friend of mine stepped in at the last minute. It's 4:10 when she got back to me and said they can come for a sleepover, and she was going to take both of them for me. She was going to take Xander as well. I couldn't do that to her. She's got 4 boys of her own and she's a brilliant mum. So Meg went for a sleepover and we actually took Xander with us to the concert, and he was a super good boy and he slept through it. And it was an absolutely amazing concert. I think my favourite part was when they were doing the songs from James Bond. It was awesome. And Michael Ball singing Jesus Christ Superstar. Oh, tears, emotion. It was gorgeous. Their album Together came out when I was pregnant with Xander, and it was all I would listen to. I loved it, and Alfie Ball's always going to have a special place in my heart. The last concert that my dad went to see before he died was an Alfie Ball concert, and he actually saw him in Blackpool, which is basically Alfie Ball's homecoming concert, and he went along with my mum to see that, and it was the last one that he ever saw. Then 2 years ago, well, 18 months really, I went to New York with my mum. It was the 1 year anniversary of my dad's death, and it was over Thanksgiving, and yeah, we got to do everything like the Macy's parade and everything. We saw that, which was amazing. I love New York. And we went to see, my mum had booked Les Mis tickets and was second row at Les Mis. Brilliant. And it turned out that Alfie Ball was actually playing Jean Valjean. Doesn't get better than that, does it? And so he's always going to have this special place in my heart, because I always sort of connect him to my dad because of that. He looks nothing like my dad, he sounds nothing like my dad, but because it was the last concert that my dad saw, and then all of that, I just sort of always think that, and yeah. So my friend stepped in at the last minute. Yeah, and she's amazing. She's one of those friends that is always there for you and is so nice, and you know, she's got things on in her own life, but she's never too busy to make that moment for you as well, you know. People like that are very few and far between, and if I look at my Facebook, I've got hundreds of friends on Facebook, as I'm sure most people do if they've got Facebook. But in reality, you know, you've got a handful of friends that were your friends at school, who you're still in touch with and you still love them to bits. And then you've probably only got a handful of other friends who live near you now and who you can actually rely on for anything. And I'm so grateful for those friends, and she really is one of them. So you've possibly seen the book that came with The World of Cross Stitch, you know, Cross Stitch Crazy, the Stitchrovia one, loads of charts in it, and I decided to do this for my friend. It says there's nothing better than a good, at the moment, it'll say there's nothing better than a good friend except a good friend with chocolate. Brilliant. Because my friend is she's Islamic, so I don't want to get her anything with wine or anything like that, so that I thought would be brilliant. She's such a lovely lady, and I'm so lucky to have friends like her. I think we're all lucky to have friends like that, and thank God for them. So I'll show you some of my finishes. I just need a quick drink first, and then I'll show you some of my finishes. First up is Christmas Kitty. I finished my Christmas Kitty. Very cute. Just haven't got the right frame for him yet. So he's just an FO, not an FFO yet. I really enjoy doing them. I think I'm tempted to do some of the other cats as well, some of the other Peter Underhill cats. So he's very cute. Yeah, I really like him. Really cute. I'm going to frame him, and then when it comes to Christmas I'll take down a picture or two and pop him up instead. Speaking of pictures, do you like my new picture? Some painting I got for my birthday from my husband. It's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful pooch. It's not my pooch, it's another German Shepherd, but I think it's beautiful, and I did cry when I saw it. So an FFO, and you haven't even seen me work on this one. It's this little phone case. It was a free gift on the front of Cross Stitcher magazine a couple of months ago, and it's got all these wonderful words on it: clever, awesome, witty, warm, beautiful, nice, kind, lovely. And that's what I think of my little girl. And she's just got a mobile phone, so I thought I had to do it. Had to do it for her, for a mobile phone. I went to see the penguin, you know. My Blues Brothers were on a mission from God. I got this unfinished. I started it and finished it. Once I started it, I couldn't stop. It was brilliant. Stitched it on some blue 14 count Ada, and then finished it in a little flexi hoop. I think it's brilliant. It's very cute, and yeah, I've got no idea where I'm going to put it. It's currently sitting on my bookcase during the day. I love it. It's, yeah. In fact, I love the cloud. I love doing it so much that Clouds Factory has become my new like woo 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 sort of site when I want to goggle at something. Google, look at something. Sorry, my words are just all there. So the next one I want is the big giant lost one that they've done. When I did the Know Your Needlework tag, I was actually quite puzzled as to what to put down for the favourite TV show because I love Lost. And yeah, I was tempted to say Lost for a long time, but what stopped me was I didn't like the end. So that's why I went for Walking Dead, because we don't know the end yet. Is Rick going to wake up in the shower? Who knows? I've got a really old FFO to show here. Because I'm showing you a project that I'm making for my husband for his birthday this year, I thought I'd show you something that I made from a long time ago. Here it is. It's red arrows, and if you saw my first video you probably saw the model of a red arrow in the background. And this was made probably 10 years ago. In fact, no, longer than that, probably 12 years ago that I did this. I need to reframe it. I'm not happy with the framing job on it anymore. The frame's been damaged because we've moved house and everything else. So I want to reframe it. Speaking of which, the stitch review one that I'm doing at the moment, I'm probably going to finish it before I do my next video, and I'm probably going to have gifted it as well before then, so I'm not going to be able to show it in my next video. So what I was thinking I might do is I might do a little video of how I frame things, because I know there's a lot of people out there who are quite intimidated. I know why it stops recording. It's because it gets to 4 megabytes and then it just sort of stops, or 4 gigabytes. Whatever they are, it gets to 4 of them and then it stops. So yeah, so I just shown you this, and I was talking about my stitch over piece that I'm currently doing as well. And I was saying, I know that a lot of people get intimidated by framing, and I don't think it needs to be. I apologise now to all of you perfectionists out there, but I use double-sided tape. I don't do lacing. So I think what I might do is I might do a little video with the stitch over your piece once it's done of how I do my framing, and take you through it from me pressing it to putting it over the mount board and the framing, and just do a little short one just of how I do that. And I was thinking I might do the same with how I kit up projects, because I've noticed there's a lot of people wondering about floss away bags, which is what I use, and how you work with them. So I might just do a little bit about them. So I'm on to haul now. Got some new haul. Brilliant, eh? 3 bits of it are leftovers from my birthday that just didn't arrive for the last video, so they've arrived now. This one is my first to show you. I saw Pam and Stephanie, they are Just Keep Stitching. Stephanie had just got this one and I loved the look of it. I really liked it, and it was only a few quid, only a couple of quid, so I thought, oh, I like that. And it's the same colours as my bedroom, so I think I might do it for my bedroom. And yeah, I thought that would be really nice. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. Then these two are quite boring really. I got some DMC satin floss. Just a little pack of them. And I got the new colours that were only available in America. They're not new anymore, are they? You know, they're quite old now. But they're still new to me, and I got the pack of them. I got them shipped over. So I just wanted a few more flosses, a bit more choice, things like that. My library, which is where I go for my craft groups. I go to a craft group on a Tuesday evening, and I go to a craft group on a Friday afternoon at my local library, and we do cross stitch and knitting and crochet, and We do all sorts, and the ladies there are lovely, and they've seen Xander since he was 2 weeks old. In fact, he was 13 days old when I went along the first time. I was worried about how I would be having had a baby. With my daughter, I didn't take very well to go to mums and tots groups, and I became quite reclusive. But it was alright because I was surrounded by people I knew. Here it's a bit different because I started working as soon as we moved here, so I've never really met many people, and I've got a very, very small limited group of friends who are not my work colleagues. So I was a bit worried about it because I don't like mums and tots groups. I don't know why, I just don't. I find them to be deathly boring. So I found some craft groups instead, and that was the Tuesday evening and a Thursday and a Friday afternoon was one of them. Also, every Wednesday at my other library, which I've just got to get the bus to get to because it's in Uxbridge, Wednesday afternoons there's a cross stitch group, and it is just cross stitch, and they do exhibitions, and you never know, I might be able to take the camera along, set it up and do sort of like, you know, the time lapse. I might do a time lapse, or I might just interview some of the ladies that are there. I might ask when I go this Wednesday if anyone would mind if I brought the camera along, and perhaps I'd do a floss tube of just interviewing the other ladies that are there. That could be quite nice. If you'd be interested in that, just leave a little comment, let me know, okay, and I'll see what I can do about that. But anyhow, I'm completely digressing from where I was. My local library that I go to on a Tuesday and a Friday for the craft groups then, they were having a book sale, and I've picked up 4 books from them. 2 of them are knitting ones, so I'm not going to show you them, but 2 of them are cross stitch ones. They were £1. They're hardback books, and they were £1 because they're just selling on some of their older ones. To be honest, neither of them are books that I would have paid full price for. They're not the sort of thing that I would normally go for. The first one's this one, Medieval Cross Stitch Samplers. Not my sort of thing really, but there's some really nice little bits in it, and for £1 I can't really go wrong. You know, there's some beautiful things. I'm trying to find one of them to show you. There's like things like that, and yeah, there's some pretty things, yeah, so I'm quite happy to have that one. And the other one is cross stitch gifts for special occasions, and there's some nice little cards and things like that, all smaller designs, quite simple, but sometimes you just want something simple, don't you? Sometimes you don't want heaven and earth complicated. Sometimes. So this coming week also, I'm hoping to get the Stitch Over piece finished and get that framed, and I might do a little how I frame things video with that as well. I'm also going to be starting the Stitch along, you know, the mystery one that they're doing, STEOTCH. They do a Stitch along. It's a mystery. It's a donate what you can. So I'm going to be doing that. I need to kit that one up as well. So that's the one I might use for a little video about how I kit things up. So yeah. So again. Well, that's it from me for today. I hope you have a lovely week, or 2 weeks, or month, or however long it is until I record my next one. Xander has been a brilliant boy and he's fast asleep, but he did want to show you Pirate Pete, because you were promised Pirate Pete. You were promised Pirate Pete. So here's Pirate Pete. And his other new favourite at the moment is Sophie the Giraffe. Apparently all children have now got a Sophie the Giraffe. I've never heard of Sophie the Giraffe before, but apparently Sophie the Giraffe is where it's at. Poor Pirate Pete. Might feel a little bit pushed out by Sophie. Okay, thank you very much again for watching. If you like me, subscribe and I'll do some more. If you don't like me, don't bother watching me. Oh, that's my last thing. Thank you so much to the lady who said on a comment, I like your accent. That means so much to me because I've got a love-hate relationship with my accent. So thank you for saying you love my accent. Thank you. Yeah. So once again, bye.